It says we are live. This Hangout is on the air. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, November, I can't even read the date, November 8th. And we are at lunch with Len. And I brought Chris over here just to keep me honest, as I'm going to go into PowerPoint in a moment. And as you know, sometimes things don't work out, and I'm sitting here doing a PowerPoint presentation, and I don't have any idea that you can't see what I'm doing or can't hear what I'm doing. So that just keeps it all going. Hi, all on my phone, so can't chat when it starts. Okay, Judy. And Bill, anybody else who wants to come over is welcome to. I'm not. There's no exclusivity here. Was just looking for eyes and ears to let me know what we're doing. So I'm going to do two things. Actually, Bill and Judy, would you let me know in the chat, were you on the webinar last night with Lisa Torres? Just give me a quick yes or no. And I've got a couple things that I want to share from last night's webinar because I thought they were really pretty interesting. And then I'm going to do what I said I was going to do, which is jump right in to Terry Grimal's social media course. And Bill, you're the other person that bought the course, and I started last Tuesday. I started last Tuesday going. I see the yes. I started last Tuesday going down through Terry's course. I did module 1, and I'm going to bounce through module 2 today. So this is a nice example of invest, learn, teach. I'm going on through the modules and sharing some of the stuff that he did. So without any further ado, let me go ahead and go to screen share. And I'm going to assume that you can see my screen. Here we go to share. Sharing the whole screen, and I'm going to pull up PowerPoint. And the first one I want to pull up is this one. I've only got 2 slides here. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, good. I've only got 2 slides here, and I do have copies of them. If you would like copies of these, I pulled out 2 that I thought were pretty intriguing. The first one was this one, Lisa's blueprint. And I thought this was one of the better renditions I've seen of this concept, where we got the various social media, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, YouTube, Google, etc., all pointing back to your blog. And this is something that we've been hearing this more and more, and I've been more and more moving in this direction myself, that everything I do. So for example, if you see yesterday, I put up a new blog post on Facebook, but it points back to my blog. It doesn't point anywhere else. So once we're back in the blog, then it points to various lead magnets or conversion, trying to get people's names in. Maybe one on the blog post itself, one on the sidebar, one on the other pages, one in the footer, and all of those driving. Now, this is where it sort of gets a little bit controversial. This is the way Lisa's doing it. And I think this is pretty much the way I'm going to do it for the near future, because I want to get to L2. So all of them are driving to an MLSP capture page of some sort, which drives into MLSP and then ultimately drives to the primary offer, which in my case for at least the near term is going to continue to be World Ventures. But I thought this was a nice blueprint of showing how she does it and how several of the other people have talked about it, that everything leads back to the blog. And one of the things that I've done in the past is I'd have a post on Facebook that would go directly to an MLSP capture page, bypassing the blog, for example. And I'm not doing that anymore. I'm cleaning up this whole system. I think it's a good system. The other thing that I'm going to give you, and if you want, I have a copy. Obviously, I can put it up in the group, is her daily routine. And I just thought it was interesting as one other viewpoint of how she structures her days and times. I'm not going to go through this. I'm not going to read it. If you want a copy of it, just tell me, and I'll post these up in the Lunch with Len group, and you can look at it independently. And I saw Bill and Chris, you were both on this last night anyhow, so I don't think I need to belabor this. But I thought it was actually really interesting the way she had structured her day and her times. So anyhow, I think there's an important message sitting there, and that is that we need to have structure in our days and need to have a daily method of operation. And I think I've shared mine with you, but I will also tell you that I've gravitated away from mine in the last, I'm going to say maybe month and a half or so. And I need to redo it and make it more up to date. And I'm going to be doing that pretty soon. Okay, let me jump into Social Media Blueprint, Module 2 from Terry Grimal. And the title of this is Turning Friends into Ready to Buy Prospects. And Chris, can you see this PowerPoint, this one from Terry?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so off we go. So what Terry promises is that what we're going to learn is how to build engagement and interaction with our friends and fans, what to do to get people messaging you, and how to put the power of attraction marketing to work for you, and how to capitalize on likes, comments, and shares. So these are the three big promises. And let's just sort of go into the material. Your goal with Facebook. What is the goal with Facebook? To get likes, comments, and shares on every post by posting interesting stuff. It's not to post links. It's not to splatter links out there on walls and etc. It's to put up interesting content and get people to like, comment, or share. And as we talked last week early this week on Tuesday, what we want to do then is we want to respond back to people who engage with our posts. So if somebody gives us a like or gives us a comment or shares it, and the share being the biggest compliment of all, we want to respond back to them and open the conversation. Give reasons for people to comment or share. So one of his concepts here is if we give people reasons to comment or share, i.e., if you comment on this, you get a free coaching call from me, or maybe come up with a free giveaway or something. But inducing people to interact with you so that you can build relationships that you can nurture over a period of time. And one of the things that you can do is if people are following you or commenting on your stuff, is to go back and follow them and or comment on their stuff. Go over to their page, comment on their posts, and get interaction with the people. So the primary objective is to drive interaction, to get people talking to you. And I'll give you a couple examples of that in a minute. So one of the things that Terry's big on is asking people to PM him, private message him. And he gives some examples here. Hey, I'm sitting in Ray Higdon's mastermind and I'm curious, does anyone want the notes? Send me a PM if you do. Or crazy, I just learned a way to get 10 leads a day on Instagram. If you want to know how, PM me. I'm not going to I don't have to read all these to you, but he's big on putting out requests for people to PM him. Now, I'm going to tell you that I'm not having as good a result with that as he claims that he's having. I've tried it, but that doesn't mean that I've been consistent with it either. So maybe it requires more consistency. I don't know. But here's some more examples. I'll just let you read them through. If you're into workouts, I just did an amazing 15-minute workout. You want to know what it is? PM me for details. Or I just saved money on my next big vacation. PM me for details. So once again, trying to encourage interaction. Now, when somebody does interact with your posts, respond to everything. And that includes the likes. Not just the comments, but the likes. If somebody likes your post, we want to send them a message back that says, hey, John, using their first name. Tell them this is the message format. Tell them why are you messaging him or her. I see you like my whatever it was today on my page. Compliment them. That absolutely rocks. Looks like you're very successful in the business arena or whatever they're doing. Of course, this means that you've gone to their page and looked a little bit about what they're doing, just gotten some idea about what they're all about, and then ask them a question. What do you do? So once again, we're getting them to engage with us and get them into a conversation. Does that all make sense? Anybody there? Okay.
Yes, it makes sense.
So the initial goal with messaging is to make a friend and build rapport, get them to like you, and then to learn what problems they have that you might be able to resolve, and then move to the next step in just a couple messages. Now, it's important to realize here that not everybody is going to have a problem that you can solve, at least one that you can solve immediately. I'm going to give you a good example of that in a minute. But what we're doing by messaging people and getting into conversations with them is we're trying to weed through the people that do have something that we might be able to help them with. And that may mean that we get into messages with 10 people to find one person that, the traditional kinds of numbers. Maybe there's one or two people out of 10 that we can actually open up a conversation about our business opportunity with, or in my case right now, about MLSP with. So not everybody has a problem you're going to be able to solve. And then this should be the transition to business, not the translation. I think that's a misuse of that word, but this is Terry's slide, not mine. So the transition to business is to make it natural. And once again, don't blast unsolicited links. Give a comment and ask, or give a compliment and ask the person if they're open to learning about, or, hey, based on what you told me, you've got kids in college, you're probably financially stressed. Are you open to an opportunity that might be able to relieve some of your financial stress? Or based on what you've told me, you're marketing your business, but you're not getting enough leads. Are you open to looking at something that might be able to help you get some more leads in your business? And once they say, yes, they are, then we're going to take the conversation offline. And I'm going to tell you, this is one that I've not been very good at, and I'm going to come back to it in a minute. We all know what green dots mean, by the way, and so this is a variant of the Bert Bledsoe. What does he call it, Chris? The 555 method.
Yes.
Okay. This is a variant of Bert Bledsoe's 555 method. I'm going to assume that everybody knows what the green dots mean. I don't have to go to Facebook and show you what green dots mean. It means that the green dots are people that are friends of yours that are online right now. And pick 5 or 10 minutes a day. One suggestion is pick a random letter and send as many short personal messages as you can in 5 minutes. And the objective is to just reconnect with people and find out where they are in their life. What are they up to? What's going on with them? So rekindle friendships, build rapport, open conversation, and again, learn what's new in people's lives. I don't know about you, but I have approximately 700, I think, friends right now on Facebook. And I sure as hell don't get to talk to very many of them very often. And I've got friends out there that I really don't know much about what they do. So moving through the green dots and sending messages to people, a few a day, maybe 5 or 10 a day, is really a good way to rekindle these and find out what people are up to. And I'm going to do more. I'm doing more of that now.
I know. A problem with Facebook is they don't show you everybody. You see what I'm saying?
You mean the green dots are not 100% accurate?
No, I mean in your timeline,
yeah,
you hardly see any of the people.
Right. No, that's true. That's certainly true. Yeah. So, okay, once we're in a conversation with somebody, then the transition to business. Did I go backwards? I don't think so. No. Previous. I think this is a repeat. There was in fact 5 or 6 different videos in module 2. So this was just a different video. So this is basically a repeat of what we already said. But once again, make it natural. Don't blast unsolicited links. Ask the person if they're open to learning more about something that you sense can help them, with a problem that they've expressed in their life. And then if it makes sense, get them into a business conversation. Try to do it within 3 to 4 messages. We don't want to spend a long time doing this, but we want to try to get the people to a point where we can just take them offline and chat with them. And so what we're going to do next is learn how to learn about objections we're likely to encounter and how to overcome them, and ways to get your prospects wanting more information from you about your product and opportunity. So let's just jump. Again, this is another video, same module. So the minute you ask somebody, gee, are you open to taking a look at an opportunity that might be able to solve your whatever the problem is you're trying to help them solve? The first question you're going to get is, what is it? Can you tell me a little bit about it? Just send me a link. And you've got to be firm with this. And I've learned this in spades myself. As much as I would like to say, sure, I'll just send you a link. Why don't you watch it and get back to me? It doesn't work. They don't watch it. They never watch it. They never get back to you. You never get an answer. And the never land of network marketing is having 20 or 30 people out there, all of which are maybes, none of which are no's or yeses. More no's is better than maybes. So what is it? Hey, I really can't tell you over the phone. Just give me a time when we have a few minutes that I can get on the phone with you, or we can get on your computer together. You can be in front of your computer and I can show you what it is. Can you tell me a little bit about it? Really, I can. I want to show you the video. When can you give me 15 minutes of your time? And if they're not willing to give you 15 minutes of their time, just wash your hands and walk away from it. If they can't give you 15 minutes, they're not really very interested. Just send me the link. No, let's pick a time where I can be on the computer with you and we can take a look at it together. Okay, I'll look at it and get back to you. No, give me a time. Well, this is Terry's attitude about it. It's a lot of other people's attitudes too. And I've got to tell you that anytime I've tried to deviate from this, it hasn't worked out very well. Does it cost anything? Well, we'll discuss that. There are options. Let's get you in front of your computer. Let me show you what's going on. Is it an MLM? Yeah, it is. It absolutely is an MLM. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be here. Is that okay with you? You okay with that? Just kill the question. Don't worry about it. Don't try to defend it. Hold your posture. Don't be afraid of that question. And most people don't get that question very often anymore. I don't get it very often, but occasionally you do. So remember, you've got the gold. The link is the gold. Once you give it up, you've given away the gold. Remember, I don't know if you were in. I was in a meeting, a live meeting. I think it was Live the Dream, not last Live the Dream, the one before that, where Diane Hockman was up on stage with a tray of cookies. I have the cookies. Don't give it up unless you can win. So once you give it up, once you give the link up, you've basically lost, because several things are going to happen. They're either not going to watch it, or when you call them back, they're not going to return the call, or they're going to go out on the Google and they're going to Google it, and you basically lost the opportunity to interact with them personally. So how to ensure victory? Get them on the phone before they see a link. And don't show them anything until you can talk with them on the phone. Build rapport. Get them to like you. Make an appointment. So get them to be in front of the computer. When do you have 15, 20 minutes in front of a computer? Great. Should I call you at this number? Yes. So make sure you know what number you're calling them at and what time. And if they give you the, I really don't have time right now. Why don't you send me the link? I'll watch it tonight. Okay, why don't you give me a time that I can call you tonight? Would 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock work better for you? And usually if you pin people down like that, they'll give you an answer. Okay, 8 o'clock, I'll be in front of my computer. Call me at this number. Fine. And so you call them at 8 o'clock. So they answer the phone. Hey, is this still a good time for you? Are you in front of your computer? Great. Type in this URL. The recommendation here to have them type in the URL is for a couple of reasons. You want to ask them, what do they see? People lie to you. They tell you, oh yeah, I've got it up. It's right in front of me. Well, what do you see? Well, if it's World Ventures, I see a piggy bank in the middle of a picture of a bunch of people vacationing. Great. You're in the right place. Now, press pause. Why does he have them press pause? Because sometimes, depending on their internet speed, the video is going to buffer for a while. And he wants the opportunity to talk to them a little bit while it's buffering. So he goes into telling them a brief story. Tell them a little bit about you, how you got involved in it. Let them know how long the video is. It's 12 minutes long. You're going to be calling them back in 15 minutes and confirm the number to call them back at. Now, some people recommend staying on the phone with people. I don't really like to do that. I do like the idea of telling them I'll call them back in 15 minutes and then call them back. If they don't answer the phone, well, that pretty much tells you, that pretty much is your answer. And if they do answer the phone, so what did you like best about what you saw? Find out where they're at, get an answer from them. So that's the recommended sequence. And always maintain posture. Never be afraid to walk away. Don't be afraid to tell somebody this may not be for you. In fact, Terry likes to use that in the initial conversation. Once the person has the website up in front of them and they're pushed pause, he likes to do that as a takeaway. It's an interesting psychological takeaway because as soon as you tell somebody this may not be for you, their immediate psychological reaction is, well, I can determine that for myself. Let me take a look at it and we'll see what I think. So it's an interesting psychological posturing, and it maintains you in control. So you want to lead the conversation by asking the questions and never feeling pressured to answer nonsense questions. And always be willing to tell somebody, look, I don't think you fit on my team. If someone's on the phone with you and they're spouting negativity, I have actually been inclined to do this a couple times, which is say, look, I don't think you fit my business model. I may not say it in quite those words, but I may say something similar to it. Because I don't really want to work with people that are just total crybabies and totally negative. Because they're going to drain your time and they're not going to produce any useful results. So you might as well not sign them up in the beginning. Just let them go. Okay. So I'm going to come off the screen share. So I'm back on. Am I back on?
Yes, you are.
You can see me, Chris? Okay. So we have some more people out here. Bill's there. Okay, Larry's on. Hello, Larry. So that is module 2 of the social media blueprint course. And does anybody have any questions, comments, or anything they'd like to say? And is there anyone else? Yeah. What am I seeing? Larry, you want to talk to me?
He was being a
What's that?
He was being a smart.
Oh, yeah. You've not seen Rick. That was. Yeah. Is that what Larry's talking about? I don't know. Larry, you want to come over? Anybody else want to come over? So I'd really really like some feedback on going down through this course. It's a fairly lengthy course, and as you know, I bought it, and Bill, I believe you're the only other person that has it. I think there's a lot of good material in the course. In many cases, I think it's a review of things we already know. There's some new spins on it, new ideas. I get something out of it when I go through it. And so I thought I would share it with you. But I really would like to hear back from you whether or not this is valuable for you. Because if it's not, I don't want to waste your time. Of course, one way you can vote on the value is just not show up for lunch with Len next Tuesday. So I'm watching the chat to see if anybody has anything to say at all, or if you're all ignoring me completely. I guess I can pick on Chris since she's already over here. Are we getting value out of this, Chris?
Yeah, sure. I heard it.
You've what?
For some reason, it's echoing.
Yeah, you're dropping in and out. How about anybody else out there? Larry? I know Judy can't make comments. Bill? Anybody else have any comments before we close it down for today? Would you like to have me put the PowerPoint files out in the Lunch with Len group? Is anybody listening? Gosh. Okay, Larry says he gets value out of it. Cool. Good, Larry. Thank you. All right, I will put the PowerPoint files. I will put the PowerPoint files that I out of it. So how about you, Bill? Yes, put the files in the group. Okay, we'll do. All right, cool. So that's what I have for today. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Unless there's any questions, I'm going to kill the broadcast, and I will see you on Tuesday. So going once, going twice, and I'm killing it.